Hello YouTube, we meet again. Let me go over briefly what I'm doing here. Doing some brakes on my Wagon Queen family truckster. That would be a 2008 Volkswagen Passat Estate car. That's what is known as a wagon here in America. And the first thing you do is you get these little weird caps that go, and they look like you might think, well, I gotta put a Torx in there. That's what I thought. No. Get this little weird thing I had to buy. Didn't come with a car. And you take that sucker and you hook it in there and pull this out. And it's just held on by pressure fitting type thing in there. So that's all those, and use that little thing there. I forget, I had to buy this thing, wheel lug cap remover thing. Got that on Amazon. I'll put the link. And then the next thing you need is this thing, which I also had to buy. It's a triple square. I don't know what size it is, because one of the lugs, this one here, has a little key. You got to put that in there to get it off. And the rest of them are just regular. It's a 17 millilitro. I got these fancy millilitro lug things with plastic protectors. I got the 17 on there. So then you're going to want to jack it up. I'll show you how I did that. That's also a whole thing with this car. Trying to figure out where to jack it up. I got this little spreader. Never had one of these before. It spreads out the thing, caliper. Got some silicone, ceramic extreme lubricant. Got these rotors. Kind of a weird rotor. It's just like a solid piece. They are the Max cross drilled. Put those in the description. Then I also got the Max switch hands, Max brakes. Hope they give me something for this. Ceramic, carbon ceramic. Look like pretty nice pads. Covering up the mic, sorry. Look like pretty nice pads. They're carbon ceramic. Got a little pad back here for noise. So I'm gonna get the ones that are on there off. I think I watched a couple videos. I think I need a 13 millilitro socket to get the little thing off. I'll show you. Alright, a bit of chicanery has to go in here. This is a 13, this is a 15. You have to hold this with 15 while you turn with the 13, but my 15's too wide. So, I don't know, I guess I'm going to have to find a different wrench that will hold it, that can fit in there, as I can't get it to go in. So I'll figure that out, show you what it's like when I get it off. Okay, just wanted to show you while I'm under here that this is the other bolt right here. You gotta hold this, they call it the flat, with a 15, and that's a 13. And this caliper should come out. Fingers crossed. And let me just show you where I jacked it up on the, get my light here so you can see. Jacked it up on the spring here, like over there. See right there under the spring? That's where I jacked it up right here. And then I got a jack stand under the factory place where see that little triangle? That's where it holds it. So let me pull this caliper off and see how bad these pads are. Okay, something I forgot to mention is you have to make sure you take the emergency brake off, which is basically like an electric winder that goes on the caliper here on the back. You're gonna take that off and like unwind it to get that caliper to go back in right there. That's the electric motor, and that is what your emergency brake or park brake or whatever you want to call it is. It pushes it in, and I took one of the pads off. Doesn't look too bad. The other side is like grinding, the driver's side. So I'm thinking that side is going to be pretty worn out. So let me get the other pad off here, and then I got to take this thing. I think that's a 14 millimeter. It's a triple square thing. I'll show you that. Okay, now you're right side up. This thing here, this motor has to come out. These are T30. There's one there, and there's one right there. So you got to take those out. I'm thinking about taking this out. Not quite sure. It's got to slide off somehow. I don't want to break it, so I'm just going to take these out for now. Okay, so here's what you're going to want to do. This is a 40 T40, and you want to put that in the back of this thing and turn it clockwise, like so. Not anti-clockwise, as they say, clockwise, like so. And what you're doing is you're screwing that motor in for the park brake, and after you do that a little while, it's all the way. Then you take this thing here and you screw that in until you push that caliper all the way in, so you can put the pads back on. Alright, so you have to get this bolt. See that bolt right there? My finger's pointing to. There's one down behind there. I can't show you because it's like back in there. And you have to use this funky 14 millimeter triple square socket. I'll put a link to that in the description, but I'll show you that when I get it out. See, just like that. There is one more thing I forgot to mention, that you want to loosen that cap on the brake reservoir, so when you squish the caliper in, that the fluid has some place to go, and hopefully it won't overflow, but it'll come up. Don't worry about it. Put the cap, tighten it back on, and then you have to pump the brakes a couple times when you're done. So another thing is these new rotors, they have like some kind of a coating on there, so you want to make sure you clean that off with some brake cleaner. Alright, see these long bolts right here? That's what holds the bracket in there. I've actually got that light attached to, so then that will just come off then, and you can take the rotor off. And to get the rotor off, it's not like American cars where it just pulls off. You got this 30 millimeter little bolt right there, so you pull that off and it'll just come off. Okay, I would normally just end the video because I already showed you what to do on that side, and you just reverse the process, and I'll put all this stuff in the description, these pads and then the rotors. There's other ones you can choose. These are just the ones I got because it was a combination of price and when they would arrive and various other things. But this is why you want to change your pads or at least look at your brakes occasionally, because that's what I knew was something wrong. There was a grinding sound coming from the driver's side, and that's what it is right there. You can see it wearing into the metal up there and through the rivets. So with that, I will leave you and hopefully see you on the next video. Thanks for coming along.